In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a chat app with Node.js. We will be creating a Google Chat app that uses the PageSpeed Insights API to get a report on the user experience of websites. To build a Google Chat app, you will need a Google Workspace account and a Google Cloud project. Make sure that you turn on billing for your cloud project. Further, for the Google Cloud project you created, enable the Google Chat API, Cloud Build API, and Cloud Functions API in the Google Cloud Console. Let's have a look at the architecture of the chat app we will be building. The app service runs within Google Chat, which means that the user will interact with our app through Google Chat. The app logic is deployed on a second-gen Cloud Functions, which we will set up in the Google Cloud Console. To get the website report, we send a GET request to the PageSpeed Insights API. The response from the PageSpeed Insights API is routed through the Cloud Functions to Google Chat and presented as a nicely formatted card to the user. Since we will be using Cloud Functions, Google's fully managed serverless environment, we simply have to create a function that contains our app's logic. When setting up the Cloud Function, we select Allow Unauthenticated Invocations so that the chat app can reach the function without authentication. We choose a timeout of 540 seconds to give the PageSpeed Insights API sufficient time to send back the response. We choose Inline Editor and select Node.js as the runtime of the function. Find the link to get access to the code used in this video in the description below. We changed the entry point from Hello HTTP to check speed. The first couple of lines of code of our check speed function are for handling requests that weren't made by the chat app service. Next, we define the text message that is sent to the user whenever the chat app is added to a chat space. The PageSpeed Insights API requires the request and URL to be sent in a specific format. To ensure that the format of the URL provided by the chat app user is correct, we have a function to check for validity. If invalid, the chat app displays a text message giving guidance on the URL format. If valid, a GET request is sent to the PageSpeed Insights API. To display the response from the API in an appealing way, we create a card in the function we named createMessage. In the package.json file, we define nopefetch as a dependency, since we will be using this library to send our request to the PageSpeed Insights API. Once we have added the code, we deploy the function. Now it's time to set up the chat app service. To do so, we copy the trigger URL, which is the HTTP trigger that enables the function to run in response to the HTTP requests. In the configuration of the Google Chat API, which we enabled previously, we set up the Google Chat app. We add an app name, avatar URL, and description. We choose to have the chat app respond to one-on-one messages, chat spaces, and group conversations. Under connection settings, we select app URL and paste the URL to the Cloud Function trigger into the box. Under permissions, select specific people and groups in your domain and enter your email address. If you want to make this chat app available to everyone in your Google Workspace domain, or to make it available to the public, publish it on the Google Workspace Marketplace. We have linked the video about publishing to the Google Workspace Marketplace at the top right corner of the screen right about now. To finalize the configuration of the chat app, click Save. It's time to test our chat app by sending it a direct message. In Google Chat, we select the chat app in the Find Apps user interface. Once we send an initial text message to the chat app, it replies with guidance on the type of URL it is expecting. We send it a valid URL, and after a couple of seconds, we receive a response in the form of a card. The test was a full success. To avoid incurring charges to your Google Cloud account for the resources used in this tutorial, you can delete the project. Want to learn more about creating chat apps? Then check out the developer documentation linked in the description. Please leave us a like if you've learned something new in this video. And subscribe to this YouTube channel to keep up to date with everything Google Workspace development related.